the construction equipment industry has sustained a growth of 1 lakh units over the past few years. It has also touched a growth of 1,40,000 unit sales in last year, and it is only going to grow further with more infrastructure development in the country. I'm glad that we have Mr. B.K.R. Prasad, Head Product Development External Affairs, Tata Hitachi. Thank you for joining us, sir.
My pleasure.
Sir, I would like you to touch on the topics of new trends in the construction equipment industry and how are we going forward with it?
Okay. So the Indian construction equipment industry, thanks to the infrastructure development and thrust on infrastructure growth in India that we have been seeing over the last decade, that this industry has really started picking pace. We have registered some very healthy growth rates of over 25% YOY for 2-3 years. Of course, last year it was a flat kind of a market with a small 3-4% growth. This year also it looks to be again a flattish year. But these are small corrections over the last 4 decades that we have been tracking this industry. India has always witnessed a cyclical nature of the construction equipment market. So, going by the earlier trends, we should have actually seen a correction and a dip in the market, which is not the case. It is still growing, the rate of growth has come down.
Right.
So, that talks a lot about the potential that this industry has, thanks to the infrastructure, focus on the infrastructure development by the government.
Yeah.
Now, when we talk of the overall growth, I think essentially of the 140,000 units of machines sold last year in India that you spoke about, the 2 major product categories which constitute more than 50% is backhoe loaders and excavators. These are the 2 big ticket items. There has been a lot of excitement around the product space in these 2 areas, both in terms of the product category expansion and further proliferation of technology into the product spaces. Tata Hitachi, as you know, we are the market leaders in India in the excavator space.
Right.
So talking about the excavators first, I think there is a lot of growth that India is steadily witnessing. The primary growth in the excavator market is happening in the newly developed mini excavator space.
Okay.
Smaller class of equipment starting from 2 ton to 7 ton.
Why is that so particular?
That segment is growing pretty well. The other area which is growing is the mining. Now the reasons for these 2 growths are very different.
Okay.
Mining is because of the demands from the energy requirement, meeting the energy requirements of the country. That's triggering the mining space. The mini excavator space is essentially growing because of the penetration of mechanization and replacing the manual labor in essentially in the rural market.
Right.
Plus, there have been a flagship government programs like the Har Ghar Jal Yojana, which is taking drinking water to every tap in the country. So there are these drinking water pipelines that have been laid across the country.
Right.
Now that triggered the demand for these mini excavators spread across the length and breadth of the country. Now, though the requirement started as for a specific application, since people started seeing the utility of these mini machines, their ability to work in confined, all those small villages and talukas, where any typical construction equipment will find it difficult to maneuver those small narrow aisles, a mini excavator can comfortably go and work there. So the customers, the stakeholders in those rural belts have witnessed the power of a mini excavator and they have started adopting these machines much faster than what we anticipated. So I think these are the reasons why the mini excavator market is growing. Last year, I think mini excavators constituted about 10% of the market.
Okay.
The major share still remains with 20 ton, which was about close to 70% of the market composition last year.
10% of the whole construction equipment or?
The excavator industry.
Excavator industry. Okay.
So excavator industry last year was close to about 27 odd thousand units. So of that, 10% was mini excavators, 70% was the 20-ton, and the rest was the other size classes. But we see that going forward, the mini excavator market will further grow, and I take a lot of pride that we in Tata Hitachi saw this opportunity way back in late 90s. We launched the first mini excavator of this country called the TMX-20 in early 90s, and then we brought in the EX60, the 6-ton class excavator. Now, those are the those were the pioneering efforts by Tata Hitachi in creating those markets, those segments, and today we are very happy that that over the years we have also expanded our product portfolio. Today we have 6 different pieces of equipment serving the Indian market in the mini excavator space.
Right. So we can clearly say that rural economy is one of the levers for Tata Hitachi to grow.
Rural economy has been a steady state source of demand for the Indian industry. The other big segment which I spoke about is the backhoe loader. Backhoe loader also, the largest consumers for backhoe loaders are in the rural space.
Right.
So the highest volume comes from the rural markets. So definitely yes, rural India has been a very big source of demand for the construction equipment at the entry level.
What all new trends do you see in the CE industry?
The new trends, if I were to bucket them into various categories, I think what is exciting certainly is the proliferation of the IT-enabled machines, connected machines, telematics, whatever you call it, right? So that's very exciting. So today the customer sitting at the comfort of his home or his office can get a complete visibility of what is happening to his machine at a remote site. Right? The entire information is available to him on his mobile, which was not possible maybe 15 years ago. So that's the kind of, in fact, you would be surprised to know that the introduction of telematics, the introduction of the concept of these connected machines in construction equipment was much before it was introduced in the automobiles, right?
To know that,
so the CE space took the lead there, and much later only the automobiles got into that space. So that's one area which is now stabilizing. Going forward, I think the complete shift in the way the equipment is used can be anticipated, though early in India, but we are all, many of the OEMs in India, and definitely Tata Hitachi is working on a completely controlled machine where the machine can be operated without the operator sitting inside the cabin.
So I just want to know, all the users of these machines, are they new generation people or the older generation?
So the future technology will make the operator redundant. It doesn't matter whether he is an old generation or a new generation operator. We are looking at developing technologies where the machine can run on its own without the operator in place. In the recent, one of the largest exhibitions for construction equipment globally is called the BOMA. So which happened in Munich in April 2020, April this year, 25. So Hitachi there introduced a concept excavator called the Land Cross. Now it's a fully autonomous machine which can be operated without the operator sitting inside the machine. So that's the kind of technology that that this industry is seeing.
Right.
I'm sure there will be many other OEMs who will be working likewise, but then Hitachi, being the technology leader from very early, has again showcased to the world what we are capable of delivering in terms of the
Right.
technology.
It's quite innovative, sir. And when we talk about electrification and alternative fuels, where does Tata Hitachi stand?
As a OEM, we are currently investing heavily into working on various alternate energy solutions, right? So we are looking at, a couple of years back in one of the Indian exhibitions, which is XCon, which is the largest in Southeast Asia, we introduced a CNG powered backhoe loader. In the last XCon, we developed and showcased the first indigenously developed battery excavator in the 3-ton space. We also got a 5-ton excavator from Japan, again a battery powered machine. We are lining up a few more machines for launch in the forthcoming XCon, which is going to happen in December 2025. So battery is one. We are also heavily investing into creating solutions for a tethered excavator,
Okay.
wherein it's a plug and play excavator where it runs on an electric drive plugged to a source, a power source. So we have already developed a few machines. Extensive proto trials are happening. We have sold a couple of more machines also through the proto route. So that's one area where we are heavily investing. There is also a lot of demand which is coming for making these machines ready with a heavier mix of biodiesel. So we have created technologies and solutions where we can go up to B35, B40 also is possible now. Our own machines here, Tata Hitachi excavators, are now ready with that kind of technology. So we are working on various alternate fuel sources for powering our equipment. At this point in time, what we are not sure is which way this entire business is going to settle.
Yeah.
Whether the equipment is going to, or the industry is going to shift to electrics or CNG or LNG or even solar. We don't know.
Yeah.
Today nobody is actively talking solar. But tomorrow I will not be surprised if 2 years from today or 5 years from today, we must be, if there is somebody who comes and presents a solar powered excavator.
Right. When we talk about biodiesel, is it isobutanol plus diesel? Are we particularly talking about isobutanol or any other?
Yeah, so it's a mix of when we say B30, B35, B40, it is that ratio.
Okay.
30:1 or 40:1. So that kind of a ratio is what we are talking of, 30% or 40%. That kind of ratio is what we are talking of.
Right.
So, but those technologies are available. Those we have created those. We have worked with our engine OEMs, and got them to modify the engine and the fuel line circuit to make sure that we are able to meet our customer requirements.
Right. With new technologies, electrification, alternative fuels, we can see that innovation is going forward. But do you think that the Indian customer is ready to bear the cost of it? Because even with recent CEV5, we saw that the sales actually dropped because of the increased cost. So how are the companies gonna manage that cost and balance that cost?
So it's a little tricky question, but let me still attempt to answer it. The cost increase is essentially coming on two fronts. One is a regulatory requirement. So when you talk about BS4, when you talk of BS5, when you talk of safety norms, these are all regulatory in nature, where as an OEM or as a customer, there is no choice. It is a mandate by the government. So we will definitely see a significant cost increase once we adapt these higher regulated engines and safety requirements. The customers will take some time to absorb that cost. But then the solution to all this lies in the demand.
Yeah.
More and more demand for the construction equipment. I think the entire all the stakeholders will be prepared to take this in their stride and move on. We have seen this happen when the industry moved from BS3 to BS4, there was a significant 20% cost up. So there was a temporary correction in the industry, but then it became a norm. Within 6 months, 1 year, the industry absorbed this and then moved on.
Right.
That's one part of the cost. The second and more important, which I think Tata Hitachi is very seriously focused on, is the customer's requirement.
Yeah.
Now, customer's requirement also has costs, money for the OEM to develop on, which we have to obviously recover from the customer.
Yeah.
Now, those are the spaces where we do a lot of due diligence is done, whether this new feature that I'm going to add, whether it is going to benefit the customer or the operator, and if it is going to benefit, what is his willingness to pay for it. So we do a thorough analysis of this. It's a standard procedure that we follow in the organization, that every new feature that we want to introduce, there is a proper market research done. We take the customer's feedback, we do our own internal assessment, we do benchmark with Hitachi, who are our partners in the technology front, what has been their experiences on all these feature introductions. A very calculated decision is taken, and so far whatever newer technologies, newer features that we have added, we have always managed to get our customers' consent.
Right.
And our customers are happy. We have done a lot of work in the space of operators' comfort, which costs money. But then yes, the operators respect Tata Hitachi machines because it takes care of their requirements. Likewise, the customer's primary requirement is fuel efficiency. So for fuel efficiency improvement, there are a lot of R&D that we have done, which has costed us a lot of money to us.
Yeah.
But then today, the market also reciprocates, the customer reciprocates. On fuel efficiency, if you ask the customers to rate the various brands in India, Tata Hitachi has been number one, it continues to be number one.
Right.
So customers see this value, and that is why they are willing to pay for it and continue to keep us
Right.
in the market leadership position.
Right. Thank you for talking to us, sir. So far I've understood, and I would like to end this conversation on a note that Indian customers are ready, and so is the industry. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Same here.